and welcome back to another Chat with Carmelia. And today I'm so excited that I have two special guests, not one but two, the dynamic duo, the co-founders of Herspective, Lauren and Jess. Yay! So Lauren, share with everybody a little bit about yourself.
So as Carm mentioned, my name is Lauren and I am a Scarborough native and a mom of two and now a podcast host and loving the journey and having so much fun doing a podcast with my friend Jess.
Hey!
And I'm Jess. I'm also a Scarborough girl, living my best life, and we're working really hard together. We're working on this podcast.
That's awesome. And I know I've been on your podcast, so thank you.
Thank
and I
you.
listened to the first one. Everybody's got to listen to every episode, but the first one, epic. Because we're actually filming a blog right now. You'll get the inside joke later. How did this come about, and how long did it take? Because I know it was quite a journey.
Yeah, so it came about in kind of like an interesting way. Jess and I spent many hours in a hot tub together.
Okay.
Felt that we were really funny and entertained each other, and we thought, we have so much to talk about. We have lots of opinions. People need to hear them. And we said we jokingly said we should have a show, and then we said, why don't we start a podcast?
Yeah, podcast seemed a little more up our alley. It's funny how you started that.
Yeah, how it was actually feasible to start a podcast. Yeah.
So the name, Herspective, I love that name. And it's unique. There aren't 6 other podcasts on the planet called Herspective.
There's none.
No.
Amazing.
That we've come across anyway.
Yeah,
Yes.
So I get it, her and perspective, so
Exactly.
it's from your viewpoint. Who have been on your show? Like, what kind of guests do you have, and what's your mission? What's the goal of the podcast?
Yep, so it's our perspectives as well as other women that come on. So we've had comedians, we've had doctors. We are just trying to eliminate stigmas and misconceptions and have a lot of fun and laughs as well.
Yeah, we're trying to bring a little bit more information to certain industries, certain professions, things that people generally make a stereotype kind of judgment on, and we're just bringing more information to that to clear things up and remove that judgment.
So you enjoy controversy?
Absolutely. We live for it.
So that being said, do you find that each of you have varying perspectives on things? Do you disagree or agree?
A lot of the time, we come from a similar background, so a lot of the time we do agree on things.
Well, you're both from Scarborough,
Yeah,
so
we're
don't mess with these girls. They're from Scarborough.
Yes, and people like to tell us that they can tell from a mile away that we're from Scarborough.
We say our Scarborough is showing.
Yes.
I could not tell that.
Thank you.
Good.
But no, if there are times when we usually do agree on most things because of our backgrounds, so I think we have a lot of the same perspectives.
Yeah.
So what was the biggest challenge about starting a podcast? Like, can you just give me the podcasting for dummies really quick? What do we need to do?
Editing.
Yeah.
Editing was our biggest challenge. We had lots to say. We knew what we wanted to do, but when it actually came to producing the podcast, we were like dead in the water. We didn't know what to do, so we found someone who is incredible and does all the editing for us, and that has made it much easier. And basically all we have to do is show up and record and hand it off.
That's
So get
great.
a good editor.
Kind of like this. I got to
Exactly.
show up and hand it to our team. And
Exactly.
I get a vlog, and you guys get to watch something that looks pretty decent,
Yes,
I think, right?
Absolutely.
So was that the biggest challenge, was finding the editor? And I know there are sites like Elance and Fiverr, not that I recommend those per se, but did you go through a personal referral? Like, what was the vetting process like for you? And then price point.
Well, we got really lucky finding our editor. I'm not going to lie to you, we did try to edit for about 10 minutes, and we realized that we have not a clue of what to do.
Did you use GarageBand like the?
No.
Like, okay.
And we were referred to someone by another friend, and she is all things like digital media. So
Okay.
we've been really lucky. And then we actually have a secondary editor that we've recently started working with too, and he's amazing. So
Perfect.
we did get really lucky. I think price points vary, depending on the quality and the kind of production you're looking for. You're going to pay a huge range. I don't know.
Okay, like
Yeah.
from couple hundred to couple thousand.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how often is your podcast happening now? How many episodes have you had, and how many? What's the rate? Like, is it weekly, bi-weekly?
Weekly. Every Tuesday, we launch a new episode.
Amazing. What would you say has been your biggest win? I think I've heard the challenge was the editing. That was a challenge in finding that. What's been your biggest win?
The biggest win, I think, is the fact that we've been so lucky with the willingness of our guests. Surprised to just be reaching out to somebody and them actually saying yes. I think we were a little concerned that nobody would be willing to be on the show, but it's just a matter of asking.
Like guests driving all the way from Scarborough, from Brampton, to go and tape into her dad's garage.
In the garage studio.
In the garage studio.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It's
Yeah.
awesome. I think you get your best stuff when you're just starting out.
Absolutely.
Don't you find that you get more support from people knowing that you are starting out?
Well, we have found
Yes.
that people have been so willing to be part of it, and every single guest we've had has been amazing, and we're just so grateful and thankful.
Great.
Yeah.
Now, we talked about podcasting, but because we're Chats with Carmelia, I have to ask a dating question. If you ladies were to create your own dating app, what is a must feature that you'd have? And I know you're married, so imagine all of a sudden you weren't married. So,
Well, I'll take this because I have experience on dating apps.
okay.
I wish there were reviews for, I don't know if it's possible,
Oh!
but reviews would be ideal. Weed out the people that...
Oh my God, imagine everybody had like a personal review on what kind of dater they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Uber.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, what rate would you get?
5.
You'd get a 5.
Star? Is that-
Okay. Do they arrive on time? Did they pay the bill? That's great. I love that suggestion. And yourself, Lauren?
I think mine would be just even more personal, like real. Like, what do you do when you sit at home alone, kind of thing? Like,
Do you really want to know that?
Yeah, all the crazy details.
maybe because I'm out of the game, I don't. But I just find that people, seem to come up with some interesting comments and points. And
Yeah,
I'm
so
like,
you kind of
"That's
want to
not
know
real."
what they're like when they're not curating their profile. What are they really like?
Yeah,
Authentic.
exactly. Yeah, more
Well,
authenticity.
Ladies, how does everyone get a hold of you, and how can they listen and become a new super fan of Herspective?
You can find us on Instagram or follow us on Instagram at Herspective_podcast.
I'll share the links.
And also, you can find us on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, pretty much wherever you get your podcasts from.
All right, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So much.